Welcome! We're talking about getting started once again, and in this video, we're going to discuss the 3 steps or the 3 core things you need to do in order to start something new. And again, all I'm doing this week and for this entire channel is documenting my own journey and process, and because I'm starting something new here, getting started is on my mind. And it's a good thing that no one is currently watching because I don't have to be concerned about the state of my hair or this bottle of 4 Roses that is currently sitting next to me. Let's talk about the 3 things you need to do in order to start something new. First off, you need to identify exactly what it is you're doing and why that matters. And this is going to come down to 2 core items or 2 core elements. So, to begin, you need to determine your objective. And that objective will usually or normally fall into 2 variations. You're either solving a problem or presenting a question, especially when it comes to content creation, when it comes to YouTube channels or social media or building a platform in a community. But this can be extended to inventions and other creations, to writing projects, to board games that you're designing. Either you're solving a problem or you're presenting a question. Now, when it comes to solving a problem, this will often be something that you've ran into multiple times, right? There's no one talking about the, ornithological studies of ducks on the internet, and so you want to fill that gap. Or you can't find a game that combines take-that activations with deck-building systems, and so you want to design a game that fits those 2 subclasses that might be your favorite or might be something that you want to see exist. Or maybe you want to do choose your own adventure better than anyone else has in the writing genre. And so you're solving a problem, and that should be your focus. That should be your main identity. That's also what's going to make people tune in, because if you have a problem that you're frustrated with or dealing with or want a solution to, I guarantee there are other people out there that have and experience that same exact problem, and so that is where your community is going to be built around. People who love writing, agriculture, books, want to see a better use for a screwdriver, or want to utilize the way that backpacks organize your school gear in a more unique or customized fashion. I don't know, I'm just listing things, off the top of my head, but that's where that fits. The second thing, or the other alternative, could be presenting a question. How do you get started? What does it take to be successful? How should you manage your finances? Where is the best place to invest? What car should I buy? What board game should I bring home for the holidays? These are questions that you might be asking, or you might have the answer to, but these are also going to be questions that other people are going to be searching for. And so you can build your platform or voice around solving or answering some genre of those questions. For instance, this video, if you found it by happenstance, you might have been searching the internet for something along the lines of how to get started. And you saw this video pop up that says the 3 steps it takes to get started, or the 3 steps to start something new. And so you've tuned in and you began watching, and you're the exact audience that I was looking for. So, that's the first thing. Figure out and determine your objective. Define the questions that you're asking, or define the problem that you're solving. From there, it is very simple. You're going to replicate and you're going to document. Replicate means you take whatever degree of experience and skill you have and apply it, while also studying and doing and learning from the best in this space. Watching those that have gone before you and done their very best to execute on the problem or question that you're currently addressing. If you're in the board game space, who has covered board games most effectively? What thumbnails and utilizations and questions and coverage styles is their audience and your audience hungry for? You want to, especially when you first begin on something new, replicate those that have become before. Not copy, not do exactly what they've done. Put your own twist on it, but learn from them. And don't be scared to apply the models and the methodology that they use in order to grow and expand your brand. For instance, thumbnails is a great example here on YouTube. If you're watching this, you probably stumbled across it because the title and the thumbnail drew your attention, or you're already a subscriber. We'll set that to the side, and even then, thumbnails are going to play an important role. You see, the style of thumbnails that you should utilize should oftentimes reflect those that are the best or biggest on this platform. And when you start seeing culture shift or the community here and what people and how people respond and engage with media change, you should probably adapt and change as well. The reason that matters is groups like Philip DeFranco or Gary Vee have the ability to invest thousands into studying how things work. The algorithms and the engagement models around the best thumbnails, how people are going to be clicking on or reading or engaging with the content they make, and that's going to be true on every single platform that you come across. In fact, this talking point is not unique to myself. I am replicating the messages and the ideas that I have seen, learned from, and executed on in my own platforms in other areas. Like over on Quackalope, where we just crossed 20,000 subscribers. We've been the fastest growing board game or independent board game channel in the community over the past 2 years. And so, for me, replication has truly worked. We have not tried to invent the wheel on a lot of things. We want it to be our style, our flavor, our customization, but we're also looking to those that are authorities in the spaces that we're in. Whether that is Facebook, podcasting, Twitter, Instagram, over here on YouTube with the titles, the descriptions, the hashtags, the thumbnails. It doesn't hurt you to just do what they're doing, not the content, but the style, the production, the topics, the titles, for instance, list videos in the board game space. I mean, they do well for a reason. List videos in the entire internet space do amazing for a reason. Cat videos, dog videos, kids playing with baby animals. Like, there's a whole plethora of things that you could dip into, and you don't do it, again, if it doesn't fit your initial premise, right? What problem are you solving? What question are you asking? But in any of those categories, there'll be other people that are already executing on that idea or around that community and culture. You want to learn, and it's kind of like studying language. You want to understand how they're talking with their community so that you can begin to engage in that conversation as well. And then finally, document. A lot of people get hung up on the idea that they have to be the person that is making something brilliant, something new, being the brand new, you get stuck on the idea of having the right words to say or being able to communicate in the most effective manner possible. Here's the reality of it. You don't have to create something new every single time you produce a piece of content. Do exactly what we're doing currently here on the channel. Document your journey. Document your journey if you're a tradesman working on building your own woodworking shop. Start talking about the progress, the tools you're using, you're keeping, how you're sharpening them, organizing them, structuring your shop, and admit that you're not an expert. It's okay. A lot of people don't want to watch experts. They want to watch people that are growing, that have room to improve. And in 10 years of doing that, or in 5 years of doing that, you'll discover that you have, in the process of documenting your journey, not only learned more along the way, but also established your voice and became an expert in your field. So one of the models or test runs that we're doing here with this page, I want to be involved in this community in a way that allows me to encourage, lift up, and collaborate with people who are as driven, hungry, and purposeful as I am. So I figured I'd start documenting my thought process, the mistakes and choices I'm making, start talking with you about what I think I know is true. And the odds are there's going to be a variety of things that I am entirely wrong on. There's going to be a whole lot of things that work for me and don't work for you. There's going to be a lot that you can teach me. And that's why this channel isn't pretending like I am necessarily an authority. But I do spend a lot of time thinking and applying and studying, and I'm 2 years into this process. And so now, for me, it's the time to start documenting this journey as we figure it out together. So there you have it. The 3 steps you need to take in order to start something new. Identify your objective. Are you solving a problem or answering a question? From there, look and study and research the language of the industry you're in. Watch those that have gone before you on the various platforms you're going to be engaged in, and duplicate their models, their methodology, the things that work, the way that they have executed and built their space. From there, you're going to want to document. Just tell your story. Just cover your journey, whatever and however that is. You don't have to make something new, and it should take the pressure off your shoulders around the idea that you need to be constantly creating and constantly making something brand new. The odds are you won't make something new for a long time, but you can document and you can tell the story of what you're currently doing. With all that being said, I think that's a video. That's the third one here on this channel. We are doing our best to process and produce and create content. I think the very first book we're going to be joining, or we're going to be doing a book club for, which is, again, mostly for myself, where I talk to the camera about a book that I've read to process my thoughts and really dig into the knowledge that we're gaining. But if you are watching and you do want to join in, there's going to be a link in the description of this video to Jab, 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 Right Hook, a book by Gary Vee, all about how being patient when you begin something is one of the fundamental keys to success. It is talking about holding back your ask, holding back your call to action until you've invested, until you've put as much into that pot as you can. Don't take anything out of it. The longer you wait, the more patient you are, the likelihood of success grows and magnifies. A lot of, if not everything I know, is a combination of gut instinct and stuff that I'm learning currently from other creators, and Gary Vee is one of those that I tune into and respect a lot in this space. And so I thought his book would not only be a good place to start this conversation about beginning things, but also a good place to pay homage to and learn from someone who I'm already studying. So, link in the description down below. I believe the book is like $13. If you want to take part in that reading, feel free to go ahead and order that. If you do not have the cash for that, reach out to me personally. I'll make sure you get a copy so that we can do this book club thing together. It's one of the things that I want to do here on the channel. Whatever the case, I think that's enough. Have a wonderful day.